Good morning, 7:15. I'm out of here. I'm doing pretty good this morning. I would have liked to have gotten out about 7, but that's okay. So today we got to make it to Route 19 and down into Elk Park. Route 19 is about 15 miles away, and then Elk Park's about a 2.4 mile walk. I'll either walk it or hitch it, one of the two, pick up my packages, and then see what's going on from there. So today we got a bunch of good scenery to go over, so I'll be taking lots of pictures and lots of videos. So talk to you later. So this morning I hiked up through this spruce forest to get up to this grassy bald, and then I come out to this view this morning. That is a grand, magnificent view. It's an absolutely amazing view. So last night I came down off at the top of that mountain, over it and down, zigzag down all the way down. And I stayed down there at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that little building down there, but I stayed behind that. So wow, that is just a grand view. The grandeur of it all. Wow. All right, pretty magnificent view here. Just absolutely grand. So that's the next bald I gotta go over. That's Jan's bald. I'm on top of Round Bald right now. Okay, 360, it's just beautiful. So I'm looking due south, you're looking straight south, and somewhere 381 miles that way I started. So I came over all of that. Top of Jan's Bald. It's pretty rough getting up here. I climbed up the west side, which is not in the sun, and it was all icy. It took me forever. Top of Grassy Bald is about a 3/10 of a hike up here. It was rough. The view is magnificent. Okay, I don't know if you can see it through the trees over there. That hillside, that grass-covered hillside. I think I'm going up that, and I think it's some mountain. I'll have to. There's a bald at the top, so I think it's Yellow Mountain. I'm not for sure, but I'll take pictures when I get there, and I'll let you know if I was right or wrong later. So I am climbing Yellow Mountain right now, in that edge of that open field. Behind me is a great view. Down there somewhere in the valley is some kind of barn that hikers use as a shelter. This section of the trail is called the Bright Trace section, and it was used for soldiers to travel to the Revolutionary War for battle. And I don't know how long it is, but I'm on that section right now. It's very beautiful. We'll talk to you later. So right down there is that barn that's used as a shelter for hikers in that valley. I came over the top of that bald up there. This is an absolute beautiful valley. Just take a look at it. And I don't know if you can see it or not. There's a house right there overlooking this valley. And there's a bald up there. I don't know if I'm going to go over that bald or not. But it's just beautiful. Okay, I just came over a little hump and up Hump Mountain. Not at the top yet. Correction, in that last video, I was coming up Little Hump. I am on top of Little Hump right now, mountain. That in front of me, I'm assuming that is Hump Mountain. I got about 2.2 to get there. See there, I'm getting ready to climb up Hump Mountain, and this is the trail. It's got a little stream running right through the middle of it, the whole stinking way. And trying not to get my shoes all muddy and wet, makes them heavy. I don't want to hike up the hill with wet shoes. But here's my view. There's Hump Mountain, and there's my view. Okay, top of Hump Mountain. If you look over there, those spruce trees there and those spruce trees there, I was there yesterday, coming over the top of those. So, there you go. Jones Waterfall on the trail. It's absolutely beautiful. Listen to that. So I haven't the slightest idea what river this is I'm hiking next to, but this was what the falls dumped into. It's a beautiful river. I'm sure there's fish in it. So I'll have to figure it out. Gorgeous river I'm hiking along. Absolutely beautiful. Love to fish it. Okay, here I am at Mountain Falls. Beautiful. Look at that. Okay, I hope I can see this. Today was a big day. Probably the best day on the trail I've had so far. It's beautiful weather. I woke up at 5:45. I got out of there at 7:15. My goal was make it to Elk Park and find a place to camp, because I figured I was going to have to walk the 2.5 miles into Elk Park and back. I'll talk about that in a minute. But I did not. I made it much further in Elk Park. I made it some 23 miles, I think, today. So I started at 381, and I made it all the way down to Mountain Shelter, which is 403. So there you go. About 22, 23 miles. I started here, Carver's Gap. I went up the bald, took pictures. All the balds were fantastic. I went up to the summit, took pictures off of the summit, and went down. This was Round Bald. This is the first one. And then I went down and up Jane's Bald. Big rock slabs up there. They were really cool. I took some more pictures there. And then I went up here, and then this went a half mile up to a Grassy Ridge Bald. Grassy Ridge Bald was very, very pretty. Took a lot of pictures up there. Just vista after vista after vista right here. Just view after view after view. Grand, views. Really, really nice. And then I started my descent down. Okay, and passed a couple of campsites, took some pictures of some flowers, and over Mountain Shelter. I got down here to Yellow Mountain Gap. This supposedly this is part of Yellow Mountain right here, Yellow Mountain Gap. And I didn't go to the barn because that's the Over Mountain Shelter. That's a barn. It's like a 0.3 off the trail. But I did get a picture of it from way up high up in here. So I went up right here. This is a historical section of trail too. It was shared. It's the same trail that the soldiers took during the Revolutionary War to march to some battle, and I can't remember what battle it was. But I went up this hill, and this was a hill, man. This was a tough hill. Beautiful pictures out there again. Little Hump Mountain clearing. I took a bunch of pictures from up there, and then I went down again, and then crossed this fence, and then went up Hump Mountain. And Hump Mountain, that was a trek. That was trek, and plus there were gorgeous views up there, gorgeous views. And came down this. This was rough. This was very rough descent. All rocks. This was even rougher. This was tough right here. And then right in through here, I hiked along a stream. It was pretty cool. And then I got to Elk Park intersection here. And as soon as I put my thumb out to hike, a guy pulled over, picked me up, took me all the way to the post office, and then gave me a ride all the way back to here. It took me 20 minutes. I got there at 1:20. I thought I was going to have to hike all the way into town and then hike all the way back and then find a place to stay. So when I got back here, I just kept going. I made this descent. This was not a bad trail. It was a little steep at times, but the trail conditions were really good. And I went by this cemetery here, and then I went by this Buck Mountain Road Church. Kept going along through here. Hold on here. Kept going along through here and went across a bunch of footbridges and stuff, and then there was this big stream that came up. I don't know what stream it was, but it was beautiful. I took a bunch of pictures of the stream, and then I crossed another footbridge, and actually that wasn't a stream. Okay, the stream, yeah, it took all. Walked through all this, but there was a stream through there. And hold on. Yeah, there was a bunch of footbridges. There were two waterfalls in here. This one waterfall right here, the mountain waterfall. I actually, where's the first waterfall? Jones Waterfall. Beautiful waterfall. Beautiful waterfall. Took a bunch of pictures there, soaked my feet, and then got back on a trail. Then kept going, and then I was thinking about how good it felt to soak my feet. And then when I got to Mountain Falls, I actually stood in the waterfall and rinsed off my entire body and all of my clothes that I had on. And then I made it to Mountain Shelter here. That's where I'm at tonight.